Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a 34-year-old mother of the most amazing 8-year-old girl you'll ever meet. My daughter Sarah was born with cerebral palsy, and while she's made incredible progress over the years, she needs ongoing therapy, specialized equipment, and will eventually need modifications to our home as she grows. My husband Jake and I started a special fund for her when she was born, and over the years, we'd managed to save nearly $75,000. "Mom, can you help me with my exercises?" Sarah called from the living room one afternoon. "Of course, sweetie. Let me just finish up here," I replied, closing my laptop where I'd been reviewing our finances. My parents, Linda and Robert, had always been supportive. When Sarah was born, they insisted on helping however they could. 2 years ago, when I mentioned how stressful it was managing all of Sarah's accounts and paperwork while working full-time, my mother made a suggestion. "Emma, honey, let me help you with that," she'd said. "Your father and I can be co-signers on Sarah's fund. That way, if you ever need something for her in an emergency and can't get to the bank, we can handle it." "Are you sure? That's a lot of responsibility," I'd replied. "We're her grandparents. We want to help. Besides, you have enough on your plate." I'd agreed, thinking it would give me peace of mind. That was my first mistake. Last Tuesday, I logged into the account to transfer money for Sarah's upcoming surgery consultation. The screen showed a balance of $372. My hands started shaking. "Jake!" I called out, my voice cracking. "Jake, come here right now!" He rushed in from the garage. "What's wrong? Is Sarah okay?" "The account. Sarah's account. The money's gone. Almost all of it." "What do you mean gone? Did someone hack it?" I pulled up the transaction history, scrolling through months of withdrawals. "No. Look at these. They're all authorized withdrawals. 20,000 in March, 15,000 in April, 10,000 in May." Jake leaned over my shoulder, his face going pale. "Those dates. Emma, those are right around when your parents were renovating their house." My stomach dropped. "No, they wouldn't. Call them. Right now." My hands trembled as I dialed my mother's number. "Emma, perfect timing. I was just about to send you photos of the new kitchen. The marble countertops look absolutely stunning," my mother answered cheerfully. "Mom, I need to ask you something. Sarah's medical fund. Did you take money from it?" There was a long pause. "Well, your father and I borrowed some, yes. But, Emma, you have to understand." "Borrowed? Mom, there's only $300 left. There was $75,000 in that account." "Now don't get hysterical. We were planning to pay it back. The house needed work and the contractors needed payment up front. You know how these things are." "That money is for Sarah, for her medical needs, her future. And she'll have it back when we sell the house someday. Really, Emma, you're being very ungrateful. We've done so much for you over the years." "Ungrateful? Are you serious right now? We raised you, we helped with Sarah, and this is the thanks we get? Your father is very disappointed in your attitude." I heard my father's voice in the background. "Tell her she needs to calm down. We're family. Family helps each other." My mother continued. "Exactly. Family helps family. Now, do you want to see the kitchen photos or not?" I hung up. Jake found me sitting on the floor staring at the wall. "What did they say?" he asked gently. "They took it, all of it, for their house renovation, and my mother called me ungrateful for being upset about it." "Ungrateful? Are you kidding me?" Jake's face turned red. "That's theft, Emma. That's our daughter's future they stole. They're my parents. They're criminals. Emma, look at me. We need to do something about this." I nodded slowly. "I know, I can't believe they'd do this. Let me call David. He's a lawyer. He'll know what we can do." The next morning, we sat in David Chen's office. He was an old friend from college who'd become a successful attorney. "So let me make sure I understand this correctly," David said, reviewing the documents. "They were co-signers on the account, and they withdrew nearly $75,000 without your knowledge or consent for personal home renovations?" "Yes," I confirmed. "And when you confronted them, they said what exactly?" Jake leaned forward. They said they borrowed it and would pay it back when they sell their house someday. Then called Emma ungrateful for being angry. David shook his head. Even as co-signers, using funds designated for a specific beneficiary, especially a minor with special needs, for personal expenses, is problematic. Did you have any written documentation about the account's purpose? I have emails. When we set it up, I sent my parents an email explaining it was specifically for Sarah's medical needs and future care. Perfect. Forward those to me. Emma, I'll be honest with you. This is going to be difficult because they're your parents, but what they did is likely criminal. At minimum, it's civil theft. What are my options? You can file a police report and pursue criminal charges, or you can sue them civilly to recover the funds. Given the amount involved, I'd recommend both. I felt sick. If I file criminal charges, they could go to jail. They stole $75,000 from their disabled granddaughter. Yes, they could face serious consequences. Jake squeezed my hand. Emma, think about Sarah. Think about her surgery next year, her wheelchair modifications, her future. I know, but they're my parents. David's expression softened. Emma, I've seen cases like this before. People who would do this, family or not, they won't just pay it back willingly. They've already shown they don't think they did anything wrong. You need to protect your daughter. That evening, my sister called. My mother had clearly gotten to her first. Emma, Mom told me you're threatening to sue them over some misunderstanding about money, Michelle said. Misunderstanding? Michelle, they stole Sarah's medical fund, $75,000. They didn't steal it. Their family. They were going to pay it back. When? When they sell the house. Sarah needs that money now, not in 10 years. You're being so dramatic. Mom and Dad have always been there for you. This is how you repay them? Repay them? For stealing from their granddaughter? It's not stealing when it's family. God, Emma, you always have to make everything into a crisis. Maybe if you managed your money better, you wouldn't be in this position. Managed my money better? Michelle, I saved every penny for 8 years. They stole it in 4 months. I'm not discussing this anymore. You need to apologize to Mom and Dad and work this out like adults. She hung up before I could respond. Jake found me crying in Sarah's room, watching her sleep. Your sister called me too, he said quietly. Told me I should talk some sense into you. What did you tell her? I told her that anyone who steals from a disabled child doesn't deserve understanding, family or not. Then I hung up. We're really doing this? We're protecting our daughter. Let's file the report tomorrow. We met my parents at a coffee shop 3 days after filing the police report. My mother's lawyer had advised a meeting before things escalated further. My mother sat down with a forced smile. Emma, sweetheart, let's talk about this reasonably. There's nothing to talk about, Mom. You stole $75,000 from Sarah. My father jumped in. Now that's a very harsh word. We borrowed money from an account we had legal access to. For what purpose? Jake asked coldly. What was that account for? Well, it was for Sarah, but nothing, I interrupted. It was for Sarah's medical needs. Not your kitchen remodel, not your marble countertops. My mother's smile faded. Emma, you're being incredibly unfair. We've sacrificed so much for you over the years. Name one thing. Excuse me? Name one thing you sacrificed. Because from where I'm sitting, you took from your disabled granddaughter to buy luxury home upgrades. My father's face reddened. We raised you. We put food on your table, clothes on your back. That's called being a parent. It's not a loan I need to repay by letting you rob my daughter. Rob? How dare you? My mother's voice rose, drawing attention from other customers. We gave you everything. You gave me a normal childhood, which was your job. That doesn't entitle you to steal from Sarah. My father leaned forward menacingly. You need to drop this police report nonsense right now, young lady. Or what? Or you'll regret it. We're your parents. We know things about you that could make your life very difficult. Jake stood up. Are you threatening us right now? In public? Sit down, my father growled. This is family business. No, this is theft. And now it's intimidation. Which, by the way, our lawyer is going to love hearing about. My mother started crying. Emma, please. We made a mistake. We'll pay it back. Just drop the charges. When will you pay it back, Mom? Give me a date and an amount. Well, we don't have that kind of money right now. Because you spent it on your house. You spent Sarah's future on granite and stainless steel. We're sorry, okay? Isn't that enough? I looked at my mother, this woman who'd called me ungrateful, who'd stolen from her granddaughter, who was now crying crocodile tears. No, Mom, sorry isn't enough. Sorry doesn't pay for Sarah's surgery. Sorry doesn't modify our house for her wheelchair. Sorry is just a word you're using to avoid consequences. So that's it? You're going to destroy your own parents over money? You destroyed yourselves when you stole from a disabled child. I'm just making sure you face consequences for it. My father stood up abruptly. Fine. You want war? You'll get war. We'll tell everyone what kind of daughter you really are. We'll make sure the whole family knows you abandoned us. Tell them. Tell them how you stole $75,000 from your granddaughter's medical fund. I'm sure that'll make you look great. You'll regret this, Emma, my father said, his voice low and threatening. Mark my words. He grabbed my mother's arm roughly and pulled her toward the door. As they left, he shoved past Jake, deliberately bumping his shoulder hard. Did you see that? I asked quietly. Yes, and so did the security camera, Jake replied, pointing to the corner of the room. David said to document everything. I think this qualifies. The detective assigned to our case was a woman named Sarah Rodriguez. The coincidence of the name wasn't lost on me. So they've made threats, shown aggressive behavior, and according to this transaction history, liquidated your daughter's medical fund over 4 months. Detective Rodriguez said, reviewing our documentation. That's elder abuse in reverse, financial exploitation of a vulnerable person's assets. What happens now? I asked. We've already executed a warrant for their financial records. The DA is reviewing the case for formal charges. Given the amount and the victim being a disabled minor, they're taking this seriously. 2 weeks later, my parents were arrested. The look of shock on my mother's face when the officers put handcuffs on her almost made me feel guilty. Almost. Michelle called within an hour. Are you happy now? Mom and Dad are in jail because of you. They're in jail because they committed a crime, Michelle. They're our parents. And Sarah is their granddaughter. That didn't stop them. She hung up. The criminal case moved forward while we filed a civil suit to recover the funds. My parents' lawyer tried to negotiate. My clients are willing to set up a payment plan, their attorney offered during mediation. $5,000 annually until the debt is repaid. David laughed. 15 years? Sarah needs medical care now, not when she's in her 20s. Your clients have equity in their home. They can take out a loan or sell it. That's unreasonable. What's unreasonable is stealing from a disabled child. We'll see you in court. The trial took 6 months. My parents showed up looking haggard, my mother crying whenever the jury looked her way. They testified that they'd planned to pay it back, that it was a misunderstanding, that they loved Sarah. When it was my turn, I told the truth. About the account's purpose, about the emails, about their reaction when confronted, about calling me ungrateful. The jury deliberated for 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. My parents received 2 years probation, community service, and were ordered to repay the full amount plus interest and legal fees within 90 days or face prison time. They were also required to surrender their house to satisfy the judgment. A week after the verdict, my mother called. I almost didn't answer. Emma, please, can we talk? Her voice was small, broken. About what? I want to apologize. Your father and I, we made a terrible mistake. We want to make things right. Can we see Sarah? We miss her so much. No. Please, Emma, we're family. Family forgives. Family doesn't steal from disabled children. Family doesn't call their daughter ungrateful for being upset about theft. Family doesn't threaten and intimidate. We were wrong. We know that now. Please give us another chance. A chance to do what, Mom? Hurt Sarah again? Hurt us again? You had every chance to make this right. You chose to call me ungrateful instead. That's not fair. You're right. What you did to Sarah wasn't fair. Goodbye, Mom. I blocked her number. Last week, Sarah asked me why she doesn't see her grandparents anymore. Sometimes people we love make choices that hurt us, I told her. And sometimes the best thing we can do is protect ourselves from those people, even if we still love them. Even family? Especially family, baby, because family should know better. Jake and I used the recovered funds to pay for Sarah's surgery and started a new account, one with only our names on it. Sarah's doing great, by the way. Her physical therapy is progressing beautifully. As for my parents, I hear they're renting a small apartment now. Michelle still isn't speaking to me. The rest of the family took sides, mostly theirs. But every time I see Sarah laugh, every time I watch her work hard in therapy, every time she makes progress, I know I made the right choice. Some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness. Some actions have consequences. And some people, no matter how much you love them, don't get second chances when they hurt your child. What would you have done in my situation?